Hi, I'm Halie Carroll, and I'm going to be talking about where your help comes from and who do you turn to for help. And so my focus point of this message is going to be based off the song "Shoulders" by For King and Country. And in the chorus, he states, "My help comes from you. You're right here pulling me through. You carry my weakness and my sickness and my brokenness all on your shoulders." And so the meaning behind the song, I looked up, and Luke Smallbone is one of the lead singers in For King and Country. And he said this, he said, "I started working with our producer on what is now Shoulders," he continued. "I kept getting stuck in my mind. My help comes from you. You're right here pulling me through." And that's how the song started. In 2013, Luke Smallbone experienced a life-threatening attack of ulcerative colitis. He said regarding to this song, "The reason why those lyrics mean so much to me is because after everything I've gone through with the battle of my sickness, when you are at your wit's end and things aren't going the way you want them to, you have to ask yourself, where does my help come from? Sometimes you can't even state where your help comes from, and you just have to verbalize that although you may not always see it, I'm going to declare that my help comes from you, God." And so he was at his wit's end. He felt like he was just defeated, and he just called to God for help, and he was there. And at the beginning, he makes a statement. He said, "I look up to the mountains. Does my help come from the mountains? No. My help comes from God, who made heaven and the earth and the mountains." And that brings me to Psalms 121, 1-6, which states, "I lift my eyes up to the mountains. Where does my help come from? My help comes from the Lord, the maker of heaven and earth. He will not let your foot slip. He who watches over you will not slumber. Indeed, he who watches over Israel will neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord watches over you. The Lord is your shade at your right hand. The sun will not harm you by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord will keep you from all harm. He will watch over your life. The Lord will watch over your coming and your going, both now and forever." And so in those verses 1-6, it says he's right there. He's right there watching over you. He's right there listening for you to just call on him for help. And in the first verse in the song, it says, "When confusion's my companion and despair holds me for ransom, I will fear no fear, because I know that you are near." And that brings me to 2 Timothy 1:7, which states, "God has not given us a spirit of fear, but of power and of love and a sound mind." And so when we just toss over that fear and ask God to actually come in and help us, so maybe it's a family situation that you're going through or they're going through, ask God for help in that situation, or especially your walk with God. You might struggle with trials and temptations that are going on. Ask God for guidance, for help and wisdom. And then now it brings me to health, not just everyday health, but especially this epidemic that we're going through. And right now is the time that we need to call on God, not just personally you, but get others to call on God. And right now I'm reading a devotion that's called "Christ is Greater Than Corona." And he's talking about how we're going to get through this if we just call on him and ask him. Dear Lord, I just thank you so much for all that you do, Lord. And Lord, I want to go back to 2 Timothy 1:7 when you say that you're going to cast out the spirit of fear and just give us this calm and peaceful spirit, Lord. And Lord, just please help us to have strength as we're going through this, Lord, and others as they're going through this. And Lord, I just thank you so much for all that you do, Lord, in Jesus' name.